Yo, yeah, I'm sorry, it's a lot of noise. It's because I don't ever put my seatbelt on. I mean, I do, but I don't, you know, because like I'm safe. Not playing. I do put it on. I just live 2 seconds from the gym, so I guess I could be a little laxed with the rides I do, because I'm like, I'm going right there. Not that I don't think something can happen. I know. God knows I know. You can die 2 seconds from your house. I'm just like trying to be positive. Okay, I don't have an excuse. Just scratch all that. I'm just... Hi you all, what's up? It's your girl Kyrie. I'm the half of the channel, you feel me? Oh, Kyrie and P. I hope you guys have been enjoying our content, because the primary reason we made our channel is to spread love, joy, and comedy. Like, we're like spread love and joy. That's what we do. If you ever hang out with us, all we're doing is being goofy, making everybody laugh. Like, that's what we do. We spread love and joy, because why not? So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. What are you doing if you haven't done that? Comment, like. Come on, like. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Come on. If you haven't, I just came from the gym, as I said, so don't mind the hair. But if you haven't already, go back and watch our videos. Come on. We do more shorts than we do long form, and I am trying to work on doing that. But if I want to be honest, my husband is more of a shorts kind of guy. Low attention span. He like, let's just crack this dance and go. But I'm working on getting him to want to vlog, wanting to do like little long form, you know, like even if it's like a day vlog or like, you know, just a topic we're talking about. But I'm gonna try to get him. So we're going to Disney next week. I'm gonna try to bust out the vlog. I'm gonna try to be like, and just start recording, and he's just gonna go with the flow. But yeah, I made this video because I'm like, you know, I have some ideas bouncing around my brain, and sometimes I don't want to record until the situations are perfect. But it's like, it's not gonna be perfect. And you know, when I got into YouTube, I've always loved recording, but I would just delete my accounts, or I would just move on, because I feel like it was too much life going on to like focus on this and be consistent. But now I'd be like, girl, record when you record, because the primary focus of our channel is to just spread love and joy, spread wisdom, spread kindness. Like, it's not, if it turns into an opportunity, I will be so thankful to God for supplying another income or just another revenue for us to just be ourselves and spread joy to even more people, because we do that anyway in real life, IRL. So if it becomes something more, that's great. But the reason why we did it wasn't to make it feel like a 9-to-5 or to like, oh, let's just get followers or subscribers so we can be famous and make money. Like, no, we just want to spread joy. And if God turns that into an opportunity, we'll follow that. You know what I mean? I would love to just be with my husband every day and make videos and make people laugh for like employment, you know. But it's like, until that's our life, we just do what we can. Okay, we do what we can. But this topic's gonna be a little different, you know. Like, I could say it's a mini vlog, which I ain't going nowhere with me. Oh, which I'm not going nowhere with me. I mean, I could have took out to the gym, but everybody be staring at me like I'm still shy. Like, my husband be like, let's do videos out and about. Like, when we go places, let's do our dances. I'm like, who? So everybody can still staring at me on aisle 8? No, baby, because they're gonna be looking like, no, I'm not doing that. But I was just driving. I was thinking, like, what kind of videos should I do? Like, what kind of long form videos should we do? I need ideas, because we be getting like 30K, 20K views on our shorts, and I'm like, people will view it. You know, that's easy. I mean, you're just scrolling and looking. That's fine. But I be wanting feedback. Like, what do y'all want to see? What do y'all want us to do? Like, I just got my master's. I was thinking about mental health content. Like, should I do things I wish I knew before becoming a mental health counselor? Should I do, like, I'm in the process of getting licensed. Will people care about that? I'm in the process of getting my own office and beginning to see clients. So kind of like day in the life of a therapist. You know, look at me set up my office. Look at me get started if somebody's interested in that career. I'm like, what do people want to see? Because I'm like, I have so many ideas, and I have a podcast as well. I will link in the description. I'm trying to learn how to be consistent. You know, I was locked in doing my grad program for so long, that I never had time for anything. So now that I used to paint, I have so many things I love to do that kind of just took a back seat because I was locked in. So now I'm like, what can I catch up on? You know, these are things I enjoy. I love podcasting. I love shooting our content. I love painting. So I'm like, now that I don't got no free time, baby, it's no free time. But now whenever I have the split moments where I breathe, what can I substitute? You know, can I paint today? Can I do my podcast? Can I do ABCDFG? So that's what I'm working on. Okay, so I was like, this first video could just be what I wish I knew before getting my master's degree, because that is something I feel like is kind of straight to the point. Look at my hair. It's kind of straight to the point. And then I can start doing more detailed videos, like what the process was like getting my master's, what the process was like taking my NCE, what I used to study. And then, of course, starting to take you guys along with getting my office together, starting to see my clients, what that's like. Of course, I can't share my clients because HIPAA, and I ain't trying to go to jail. But I can share like a little behind the scenes, just take you a little bit more behind the scenes, because I wish when I was a grad student or when I was interning that I had someone who was either where I was and we could just support each other, or was ahead of me. And so now we can start, like, what does that look like? What is my life going to look like when I graduate? Like, am I going to be okay? Like, you know, you need somebody to just kind of reach back and be like, it's going to be okay. I used to be you. Now look at me. I'm doing better. You come where I am, and then we're going to keep elevating and helping other people. Because I would love to get to a point where I can have like a support group of therapists where we're all just there for each other. You know what I mean? We're all just resourcing it, giving each other resources, helping each other out with case conceptualization. Like, what's your case? Talk to me. Let me help. You know, I feel like, you know, we're all bound by HIPAA. We should all help each other, because at the end of the day, it's hard to know everything. And when you first start out, you just went 3 years of education. But at the same time, it's almost like I know, but I haven't done. So I feel like I don't know. You know, if you're in that field, you get it. If you get it, you get it. But what I realized is when I started my master's program, I had like false interpretations of what the experience was going to be like. So for my background, I have a bachelor's of arts degree in psychology with a minor in human development and family science. And then I have a master's of arts degree in clinical mental health counseling. I thought, because I grew up in a family that kind of was financially struggling most of my life, and my mom went to school. I think she has an associate's degree in administration. So she tried, but you know, she had me and my sister, and she was raising us by herself with my dad popping in and out. So I feel like she couldn't focus primarily on school, which could be part of the reason. Everything else, of course, is her discretion. So I feel like I never really seen anybody go to school. I never really seen anybody financially like doing a thing, so I can see like, okay, what does that look like? How did you get to where you were? What do I need to do to make money and take care of myself? You know, so I feel like because everybody was mostly struggling, I've always heard everybody I love say, I don't really have it like that. I don't really got nothing. You know, stuff like that. I told myself, okay, so college must be the way out. If nobody went to school and they're all struggling, then school is the outlier. Baby, school is where the money at. So I went to school for 4 years, got my degree. I'm sitting in the career counseling office, because you had to do like a career counseling session prior to graduating. He looking at me like, so you're going back to school? Me? Baby, who you talking to? Because I thought the 4-year degree was the route to the money. And he was like, well, what do you want to do? I said, I feel like God has always made me a lending ear. You know, everywhere I go, a random stranger will start telling me their information about their life, and I would just feel compelled to help, and so I would counsel them, like, technically. You know what I mean? So I'm like, God has always made me a vessel where I think when I come around people, they feel a sense of peace, and they share with me things that they normally wouldn't share with a stranger. And then I have something to say, and I'm like, I didn't think I had anything to say, but God has used me as a vessel, and I truly feel called to counsel, you know? And he was like, oh, you gotta get your master's for that. I said, bro, y'all did not tell me that. When I got here in orientation before we started undergrad, y'all said pick a degree. I'm thinking like, oh, baby, this is the path. Like, my 4-year degree, I can do everything. Counsel, mentor, teach. No, baby, I couldn't do a thing with that 4-year degree. They was like, yeah, baby, you gotta go back to school. I said, how long is that gonna take? About 3 to 4 more years. Honestly, it depends on your pace. I said, I was hot because y'all did not say I had to go to school again. Who going to school again? I barely made it these 4 years. I had my son, my second year of undergrad. Baby, I was, 21, and I was a mom. So I'm trying to figure out who I am as a mom, who I am, period, and pursue a career that's taking way too long. So I took a gap year, and I did City Year, and I did, if you don't know City Year, it's like where you be a mentor, pretty much virtually a teacher's assistant in underserved communities, helping students. I loved it. I moved on to become a teacher with Teach of America. I loved it, but it just didn't fill my cup. You know, I'm like, I can talk to these kids and they love me, but we can't talk for so long because I am a teacher. I have to teach you math. I am a mentor. I have to help you learn your math. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be your confidant and your therapist as long as I want, because that's not my job. So I needed to make that my job. So I went to Liberty University online so I could be a mom, work, and fit that into my spare time. And I went crazy. How many classes is the max you can take a semester? Give me that. I'm doing it. I'm crying. I'm stressed out. I'm overstimulated, but I'm pushing because I'm like, God got something for me. I just got to get there. You know what I mean? So the first thing I wish I knew before I pursued my master's program is to know this is not going to happen overnight. Don't even be overwhelmed with the process and how long they tell you it's going to take, because baby, this is not a one-stop shop. This ain't no, we going to start and finish within a year. Baby, this is not a quick and easy path. It's going to take time. You got to be committed. You got to be focused. And you got to be sure, because that debt went right on up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you want this? Pray on it. I prayed to God, and the first time I applied, I didn't get in. I was like, and this is when I first graduated. Before I even decided I was gonna take a gap year. I did the application. They said, baby, no. I did the interview and everything. It went good. They said no. So I was like, it's not meant to be. Like, I'm just gonna be stuck because I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. You know how you be when you're supposed to be trusting the guy, you panicking. So I did a gap year. I started City Year, and midway through City Year, I was like, no. I'm sure that this is what it's supposed to be. I let one no almost deter me from my calling. One no was okay, because you're going to hear no's, but baby, you're just looking for your yes. Keep applying. So I saw Liberty, and I was like, I don't even know why I'm applying. Let me just see what they say. I saw that approval. I was like, baby, we up. But I didn't know it was going to be that hard. So be prepared to know it's going to take some time. I would say have a support, but I don't feel like I really had a support. It was me and my husband. We locked in. If I needed to do my work, he taking over with the kids when he get home. When I started interning, he took over. It's like, you got to have somebody who love you in your corner, but if you don't, just lock in, bro. Do what you got to do. Lock in. If you got a kid, try to get them some type of daycare. Do the programs where you can get free daycare. Do whatever you can to just lock in, bro. Lock in and go for it. You know what I mean? So be prepared that be prepared that this is going to be hard. It's not going to be something easy. So if you wanted something easy, baby, pick another path. So know that it's going to be hard. Keep God at your forefront. Pray yourself through it, but push. Don't stop. Push. If I could do it with 3 kids, no support, struggling financially, you can do it. Because when God does something for us, it's not because we're special. It's to show somebody, if he'll do it for me, he'll do it for you. 2, be prepared. Every resource that you get your hands on, keep it. Even if you don't even use it for class, put it on the bookshelf. Keep it. You're never done learning. Learn as much as you can learn. Use all your resources. Connect with your classmates. Connect with your professors. If you meet somebody who's above you, so they're above you either in the program or they've already graduated, pick their brain. Jump on Handshake, LinkedIn, connect. You know what I mean? Because you learn from connecting with each other, what the experiences was like. There was so much I needed to do I didn't even know I needed to do until I was done. Baby, nobody said this. Just like undergrad. I'm getting mad because nobody said I had to do all this. You know what I mean? So be prepared, be resourceful, be graceful with yourself. That's all you need to know. Those are 3 things. That's short and sweet. Be graceful. You're going to feel like an imposter. You're going to feel like, maybe I shouldn't do this. I'm not going to be good enough. I don't know enough. We are all learning. Even when I went to internship and I talked to many providers, they like, I don't know. I just be trying and I do my best. And when I don't know, I refer, like, you have a colleague you can pitch your case to. We're all bound by HIPAA. Pitch your case. You don't have to give their name, nothing to identify them, just the situations, and be like, what do you think? They're going to either tell you something that you haven't thought of, give you another idea of a different diagnosis, or another intervention. Like if you're trying to do journaling and journaling's not working and all you know is journaling, because that always works, a colleague will tell you something else that they've thought about the box when journaling didn't work. And then you take it and then you apply it and you see what works for you and your client. You know what I mean? So you have to be graceful with yourself. If you don't do good, if you didn't have a good session, That is not the end all be all. God won't put you where you are if you didn't need to be there. Everything is a lesson. Even if you don't stay as a counselor and you take your mental health degree and you do something else, love yourself, be grateful, admire where you are and where you've been. And I tell that for me as well. I was just boohoo crying the other day because I felt like who was going to tell us that this was all that was required of us. Not only do you have to go through school and take your CPCE exam and then graduate and then take another exam, the NCE, and then the jurisprudence exam, and then you go on, need a background check, an affidavit, professional references. I mean, the list goes on. And I can make another video if you're interested. Let me know. Do you want to know what I needed to do once I graduated to get my licensure? Do you want to know the path to my licensure, as in now that I've applied, what that looks like and how it looks to get a job? Because there's so many moving parts. And who's going to tell us this? Why the last course of the program is not real life 101? They should have said, all right, y'all finna graduate. Make sure everybody schedules that NCE exam because it can take about 4 weeks to get your results. Once you get your results, you have to put in an application that costs $238. That could take another 4 to 6 weeks to get your approval. And with that approval, you need a background check. You need a professional disclosure statement that you create and type up that can't have no mistakes because they'll send it back. Then you also need 3 professional references. So again, be resourceful. Connect with these teachers because you're going to need them. Especially your internship supervisors. Those kind of people who are around you seeing you work, you're going to need them. Have a relationship with somebody. You can't not like everybody. And then on top of that, you needed the school or somebody, most likely the school, to do a verification form to prove that you did do your practicum and internship. On top of all that, you're going to have to get an affidavit signed and notarized. Like, who's going to tell you that? You thinking that once I graduate, baby, the license in the bag right there. No, baby, it's up there. It's like over there, like months over there. So if you thought you was gonna work right after you graduated, joke's on you, baby. You still got some the finish line a little bit further up. You know what I mean? So it's like I had to learn, like, this really is a journey. Like, I'm struggling financially because I put my all into my graduate program. I put my all into, I'm about to start my career, so let me just do something right now because I don't want to embed myself into something when I'm pursuing something I really want. So I do like customer service jobs. I work remotely and like the pay is good, but it's also like I kind of want to increase, but this is an increase. You know what I mean? I got 3 kids. I'm like, I want to show they saw me graduate. They saw me walk across the stage. I'm very proud of myself, but I also just want to really get an increase with my career as far as also feeling purposely filled. You know, you can clock in, you can get money, but like, I don't want to just get money. I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to go to work because it doesn't fill me. It doesn't do nothing for me. You know, I love helping people. For example, I was just working in customer service, like helping people with, for health equity. Yeah, I'm helping you manage your health savings account, but that is not what drives me. I don't get out of bed like, oh, I hope they're saving their money. No, I don't care. You know what I mean? So it was really a journey. And, you know, those are just the 3 things I learned. Be prepared, be resourceful, and be graceful with yourself. As long as you have those 3, I feel like you'll be just fine getting through grad school. Just push through and know why you started. Know your why, because my why pushed me. When I was wanting to give up, when they asked me for that 15-page paper and I had enough of these papers, I was like, baby, the papers don't even matter because we're going to get to a point one day where we love what we do. I want a job that doesn't feel like a job. I want to wake up and I'm excited to talk to my client that day. I'm excited to see how they progress. I'm excited to see, like, oh Lord, did he even do what we said? He ain't even doing nothing, but I'm happy to be trying. If that's my life, me trying to be a smidget of your healing process, whether you stay with me or you do good and you leave, I would love to know that that's my drive. I'll wake up trying to make a difference in people's life. What do you do? Now I'm just saying, playing, but like, that's not to bring anybody down, but I feel like whatever you do, let it be purposeful. I don't care if you want to build cars, if you want to do a job that don't even have any human interaction, but on some way, in some shape or form, you're filling your cup. You know what I mean? That's what grad school is about, to go the extra mile. Do I want to get my PhD? Stay tuned. But I feel like for right now, I'm just trying to pursue my license and just begin that process. I feel like if you rush through it, you just go from undergrad to master's to, you just trying to get a piece of paper at this point, you don't really have no purpose. It has to be purposeful. If I'm going to be $100,000, $200,000 into debt, I need to know my why. You need to know your why. So if this video was good, please give it a like up. Please comment and subscribe. I did it in the car. I was going to do a whole backdrop, do my hair and all that. I said, you know what? Right now, I just feel compelled to share. And so we're going to be spontaneous. And so if you like this, please comment any questions that you have, any more topics you want me to cover, comment, and I will get to them in another video. Let me know if you want to see how I studied for the NCE or how the licensure process went for me. Let me know. Just comment, like, subscribe, and go back and watch. We love you. God love you. Jesus love you. Holy Spirit love you. Thank you for watching this video.